Howdy folks, and welcome back to War Thunder with the mighty Jingles. This is a subscriber replay. This is Covrigal, and he's flying his Focke-Wulf 190 in an arcade domination battle on what looks like the Kursk map. The usual disclaimers apply. War Thunder's replay system, fantastic for creating pretty videos, not so good for getting an actual idea of what's going on during the course of the battle. But this is arcade. We do have target markers in arcade, even if you can't see the ticket counter at the top of the screen and you don't see the map. He's starting off at high altitude. He's not going for any of the airfield captures right at the start. And there's an I-185 up there getting into a head-on pass and absolutely wrecking a Spitfire. And he fancies his chances against Covrigal. There's his first kill. Now a TA-152. This is the guy that he initially spotted right at the start and takes him out in a head-on pass as well. Can he go 3 for 3? There's a BF-109 coming in. Opens fire and loses a wing. Getting in head-on passes is a bit of a mug's game in War Thunder. But in arcade, people are going to put themselves in head-on passes with you, and you can either avoid the head-on and allow them shots at you, or take your chances. You've got plenty of aircraft to mess around with. 2 out of 3 is not bad. You tend to find that most head-ons occur during the opening minute of the match, when both teams are still approaching each other. After the first minute's expired, the teams are mixing it up with each other. They're starting to develop into dogfights. Head-ons are a lot less common. Judging by the number of crash messages being reported in chat, even if Covrigal isn't going for the airfield captures, well, it looks like somebody is, and they're not doing too good a job of it. Unfortunately, again, replay bugs or replay limitations. You can't tell exactly which team is in possession of which airfield during a replay. Covrigal's decided he's going to go for this Yak-9T. Now, the Yak-9T is engaging other pilots. Covrigal scored a crit, but it's only undercarriage damage. It's not exactly critical. Uses the speed that he built up in the dive to loop over. The Yak-9 has all kinds of problems. He's not going to be focusing on Covrigal. Flips round, gets on his tail, and then decides to not pursue the kill. Instead, he heads for airfield A, and he's going for this N1K. It looks like he's trying to capture. So he makes the tactical decision to leave the Yak alone. He's going after the N1K instead, and this is where, well, this is a little strange. He opens fire on the N1K, and he kills the N1K's pilot, but he isn't awarded the kill. Doesn't have time to worry about it though, because a P-51D is also coming in very, very low. He scores a crit, which puts the P-51 out of control, and he crashes. There's another kill, loops up, trades that speed for altitude, and then converts that altitude back into speed again. He's seen a Yak-9 coming in, wheels down on the runway, attempting to cap, opens fire, hammers him, kills the Yak, straightens out. Zero coming in, opens fire, kills him, narrowly avoids the Zero, straightens out again. BF-109K, kills him. Zips around. He's looking for the Lancaster, but here comes a Corsair and takes one of his wings off. So he's down. He's down, but he has successfully defended the airfield. He's now got 6 kills, should have been 7, and he got the last 4, all in the space of about 10 seconds. He jumps into his final Focke-Wulf 190. After this, it's going to be BF-109s all the way. Looking around for a target. Pretty easy to judge which airfield is the most critical by the amount of activity around them. B-17 up there, going all gunship. He's heading for the centre airfield. Zero over there on the tail of a friendly. There's lots of activity around this airfield. There's a KI-84 down there. It doesn't look like he's focusing on the KI-84, but then the KI-84 comes for him, so he's forced the engagement. He manages to avoid the head-on. Flips up. The KI-84's going low. He goes high. Pulls the Focke-Wulf round. Slots in nicely on the tail of the KI-84 and just totally humiliates him. So there's his next kill. Now, P-51 just shot down a friendly, and all kinds of enemy aircraft buzzing around this airfield over here. Looks like some bomb strikes going in there as well. The P-51 is opening the distance. Oh, he's got a break, he's got a break, he's got a break. Bad guy on his tail, bad guy on his tail. It's a Yak-3. He's done some critical damage to his right wing. He gets some shots in. Misses, misses. Crits him. Critical damage to his right wing. Unfortunately, there's somebody on his tail. Now his fuselage and his engine is damaged. There's a lot of activity around this airfield. Yak-9 opens up. No, somebody else gets the kill. Aircraft is becoming very, very difficult to control. He very nearly brushes the ground and ends it all right there. And he's been set on fire. But he's not going down without a fight. There's that Yak-3P again, and he kills him. No engine, on fire, technically already shot down. Somebody else already had the kill on him, and he nails him anyway, reaching out from beyond the grave for some justice. So, not really been keeping track, but I think that's 8 kills now, and he's just getting warmed up. He's now out of Focke-Wulf 190s, so he jumps into a Bf-109. It's really frustrating that you can't actually see who it is holds the airfields in arcade domination replay files. But we can make an educated guess, judging by the amount of activity over each airfield. Now he's looking around for targets. There's a G5N over there, and he's got all kinds. There's at least 3 aircraft on him, so screw that. Focke-Wulf 190 down there. Doesn't look like he's too interested in him. He's going for the Yak-9K instead. Misses him. Bf-109. You'll notice that he tries to do the minimum amount of turning in order to ensure a kill on the target. He's nailed the Bf-109G. The Yak, for example, instead of trying to pull around in a tight turn on him, he instead kept going and just looked for another target. He's now on the tail of a Focke-Wulf 190 D12. Letting rip with those cannons. He's in a lovely position here. Yep, he's got him. Kill number 10? I think it's 10 kills now. I'm sure that if I've got it wrong, somebody will be pointing out my errors in the comments. And, oh, okay, he's going for a year 2. But he's got somebody on his tail. He's taking fuselage damage. Looks like an Aerocobra. Yep, there he is. Actually, it's a King Cobra, even worse. So he goes evasive, and the King Cobra is not paying any attention to the friendly on his tail. And people will often ask me, Jingles, what's the best way of getting somebody off my tail if I'm in that kind of situation in War Thunder? And quite simply, the best way of doing it is to get somebody else to kill him for you. Now, there's not a massive amount of teamwork goes on in arcade battle in War Thunder, but the rest of your team love getting kills as much as you do, and if you can put them in a position where it's easy for them to kill the guy on your tail, they'll do it, not because they care about you, but because they want kills as well. So he's out of trouble, although he has taken some damage. His fuselage and his tail have both been hit, and he's cruising around looking for his next target. Bf-109 over there. Another heavy dogfight going on over this airfield. The Bf-109 he's looking at is heavily engaged, but there's plenty of other targets around here. And that's when he spots the Yak-3 coming in, and it looks like the Yak-3 is attempting to go for an airfield capture, so he buzzes him, misses, but stops him from going for the landing. He keeps going. He doesn't try to loop and turn and bleed off speed and get on the tail of the Yak-3. Instead, he's going for the Mustang. Now the Mustang's slotting in on the tail of an IL-10, and he's got him. He's shot the IL-10 down. Mustang turns inside him. He's never going to match him in the turn. And he's not the only one going after the Mustang. Hammers the throttle open. Mustang managed to open the distance a little, but he's closing in on him, slowly but surely. Come on. Come on. Still hasn't actually hit this guy yet. There we go. Starting to score some hits. Nothing critical yet, however. But the Mustang's being sneaky. He's been shedding airspeed because he is going for an airfield capture, and he's forced Covrigal to overshoot. So Covrigal goes high and badly misjudges. Oops. And the Mustang manages to capture the airfield. So that was a bit unfortunate. Luckily, Covrigal still has a couple of fighters left in his lineup, jumps into yet another BF-109, and we're getting to the stage of the battle where most of the players have lost all of their aircraft. And the guys that do have aircraft left have run out of their fighters. They're flying things like B-24s now, B-17Gs, ME-410s, things like that. And the enemy team, and I don't know if you just noticed that chat message down there, two of the enemy just crashed into each other. They were probably on the tail of one of Covrigal's teammates, paying no attention to what was going on around them, flew right into each other. Covrigal on the tail of this BF-109, and, you know, similar situation. All kinds of friendly fire coming in from behind him. He had to get the hell out of the way there, or be shot down by his own team. But it's that stage of the battle. And while most of the enemy pilots have run out of fighters, like this guy here in the ME-410, they're in aircraft that can take a couple of hits, so they can still capture the airfields. And yes, I know the ME-410 is technically a heavy fighter, but you know what I mean. Covrigal loops around. This guy has managed, he's come in too hard and he's bounced. And Covrigal shoots him down anyway. And that's pretty much what the enemy team are trying to do at this stage. Here comes another one. Another one shot down. B-17. Looks like a B-17G. And they're getting desperate. All they have left is heavy fighters and bombers. There's a couple of fighters still flying around, but they're heavily outnumbered. Another B-17 coming in. And they're just throwing all of their bombers at the airfields now, trying to win by capture. And this is almost too easy. You've got to admire their tenacity. You know, they're not giving up. But yeah, another B-17 bites the dust. And it's pretty much over now. I mean, it's a turkey shoot. The enemy team could still capture some of these airfields if they were to coordinate their bomber rushes and, you know, talk to each other, but coordination and communication in an arcade battle in War Thunder? You must be new here. Covrigal's just loitering around the airfield and waiting for them. Here comes a Dornier 217. And what's that up there? The Year 2, oh, he's miles away. The Dornier's going to be closer. But all he has to do now is just fly circles around the airfields, and they're going to come to him. Dornier's got 4 fighters on him. He's got no chance. Hell, at least they're trying. This must have been a hell of a fun game to play. It was really evenly matched, right up until the point where it wasn't, when the enemy team all started running out of fighters. The enemy team still have at least one Focke-Wulf 190 still up, but he's miles away. He's tangling it up with fighters at high altitude, 8 kilometers away from the objectives, when he should be over here trying to protect his bombers and get some base captures in. But he probably realizes that this game's lost, and he's just trying to get some more kills in before the inevitable waiting for results pops up. And Covrigal walks away from this arcade domination match with, I think, 11 kills and multiple assists. And there it is. So that was Covrigal in a dizzying selection of German fighter aircraft in an arcade domination match on the Kursk map in War Thunder. It looked like a hell of a fun game to play, and I hope you enjoyed watching the replay. As always, watch your 6. I'll catch you next time.